In this video, we're going to be talking about how I'm bringing in third-party integrations like Gmail, Slack, and WhatsApp into my Obsidian workspace using my custom Pi harness. You can use Cloud Code, Codex, whatever it is you want with that. That doesn't matter as much as the direction. We're building out a workspace with maximum flexibility, right? We want to be able to see and control everything and not rely so much on closed platforms to determine how we work with AI. Let's get into it. First things first, if you're not familiar with Pi, what it is a custom minimal coding harness, just like Cloud Code or Codex, except it doesn't come with any of the product overhead. You can build it out however it is that you want to work. However, it is kind of a user beware sort of situation, because while it doesn't come with any of the bloat from the features that Cloud Code and Codex uses in their platform, it also doesn't come with any of the guardrails or safety nets. So if you're not comfortable building out your own safety nets, just stick with Cloud Code or Codex, okay? But even if you're not using Pi, it doesn't preclude you from doing what we're doing today. This was just really what sparked this line of thinking. It was less like, oh, cool, another coding tool, but like really like, oh shit, I can actually build out a custom environment, like an entire ecosystem around exactly what I want. And that's what this video is about. Not just Pi or Cloud Code or Obsidian in isolation, but like positioning them together and the direction that we can go in building out your very own custom ecosystem that works the way you need it to. You can see everything, visualize everything, keep the important stuff in place, and start taking like real steps towards controlling how AI works for you instead of being reliant on platforms individually. So anyway, I got Pi set up. I got it running inside the terminal plugin of my Obsidian vault. And pretty quickly, the customizations got me like really fired up. All of this is inside Obsidian, by the way, in case you hadn't put that together. But before I was running in this Obsidian vault, my AI workflow was always, I'd have my coding assistant, so VS Code or anti-gravity, depending on what time you caught me last year. And then on the left-hand side, I'd have my Opera browser. The reason I liked using Opera so much is because of the vertical toolbar, right? Like I had access to my socials, I had access to Slack and Telegram, all that stuff. Made the workflow feel a lot easier. But the thing I really missed once I started doing more inside the Obsidian vault was like the speed dial, right? Like having one click to Gmail. So my very first thought was to explore browsers that people like and the quality of life fixes that they had, the customizations from like Opera and Vivaldi and these different browsers that are really, really popular, and just try and recreate them, reverse engineer them for my Obsidian vault. But that is, of course, a massive undertaking. Look at all this stuff. So instead of that, I went with, let's build out some sort of wrapper or just some launchers for these different web apps on the side. So that is where we started. I went into Pi and I talked out what I needed this to do, which is a custom extension in Obsidian that just launches Gmail essentially, right? You go in, you press the button, boop, Gmail launches in a separate tab. Okay, that's like proof of concept, and that's what we did. Boom, open, separate tab. I just put it to the spam folder so I don't dox myself for the sake of this video. This is significantly easier than doing custom integrations and wrappers and building out apps on these different platforms and stuff. So if I can open Gmail in this browser, can I open WhatsApp in the browser? Turns out, yeah, I can. What about Slack? Yup, sure can, right there. What about Telegram? And so forth. Instagram, everything. So you can pin the web apps inside the sidebar and have the same sort of functionality as the vertical integrations like your Opera browser or Vivaldi or whatever. It really opens up your mind to the possibilities. It doesn't have to be these other third-party integrations. It could be custom integrations. You could build out your own dashboard or visualizer for your social media, put all your metrics in one place. Let's say you're running a business, right? Instead of a bunch of different spreadsheets, you could have it as a dashboard. You could visualize your vault with something and have that be your default view. You see where I'm going with this? I'm going to be digging a lot more into this and how to make this a lot smarter. So there's more integration and back and forth rather than just like having them at hand. But even that is so much easier than what it used to be, being able to just dig in and have your email there or WhatsApp or Slack. So anyway, this is where my head's at right now, right? I'm going to try and build out more functionality because this to me is way more interesting than what we were doing, which was already interesting, where it's like Obsidian with an AI tool inside it. And now it's like, what else can we do with this? Obsidian's turning into just being like the chassis for all these awesome extra tools we can build on top of it to make our lives easier. The reason this wasn't like a tutorial or a live build is because I want to showcase the philosophy and direction rather than showing you exactly what to do. Because I mean, like the custom harnesses, custom workspaces, I think this is where things are going, like really personalized tailored tools with the help of AI and that sort of integration. Anyway, so if you want to build out the Obsidian workspace like this for yourself, we've got a couple videos on YouTube. You can check them out. I'll link them in the description. If you want this exact workspace, the way I've got it built out, you can go to my Skool community, go to tools and agents, and I've got that here for you to download. You can get the config for yourself. I've also got a workshop coming up April 30th where we dig into all of this top to bottom. Not just another overview or tutorial. We are going step by step together so that you get the skills to build out your own custom ecosystem the way I'm doing here. I'll leave the links to all of that in the description below. Cannot wait to hear what you build out with this stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.